Attention please. This uploading is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. Follow us.
It's the fall of 2013 in the small town of Greenbrier, Arkansas. For the past several months, a dark entity has been terrifying Roseanne Cupid and her two children, 10-year-old Brittany and 13-year-old Justin.
Hello?
No place is safe. The evil follows them wherever they go.
We finally realized this entity was not just a haunting at our house. This entity was attached to the family. Moving would have done us no good. At that point, the only option that we have is to fight back.
The family calls in Wesley and Melissa Fox of Branson Paranormal to come to their aid. The evil force lures Melissa, an empath, into her worst nightmare.
As we were going through the house, I myself was experiencing my own battle, my own issues, my own problems. My biggest fear is spiders. I'm terrified of them, actually. I couldn't breathe. I had to get out of there. I had never felt that much hatred before in my life, and it scared me.
Rattled, Melissa knows she must remain strong for the family as she and Wesley reveal the results of their investigation.
I felt two distinct presences in the house. One of them is your grandmother, Chris, and the other entity is a demon.
That was one of the scariest times that I can remember throughout this entire experience. That let me know there was a reason my children had suffered so much.
Has anyone in the home ever experimented with tarot cards or a spirit board?
No.
Well, I had a spirit board when I was a child.
Did you have any unusual experiences with it?
Well, I was just a kid.
Tell me.
When I was younger,
So have you ever done this before? No.
I was having a sleepover and I drug out my spirit board. We all sat in the middle of the room. We had several candles lit and we decided we are going to see who can talk to us.
Is there someone here in this room with us? Okay, put it back in the middle. Who are you? Can you tell us your name? Shh, be quiet. If you're real, please give us a sign. Can you make your presence known? This is stupid.
He grabs my ponytail and actually pulls my head back.
Very funny, Roseanne.
You're right. This is stupid. We should do something else.
Although Roseanne's encounter happened many years ago, to Melissa, the haunting now makes sense.
I think this demon has attached itself to you ever since that day you invoked it through the spirit board.
Once you do that, you open yourself up, you open your free will to things attaching to you, which can affect you later in life. It doesn't necessarily affect you at that moment in time, but it can follow you into adulthood.
I felt beyond guilty because this is what has caused my babies so much grief. It absolutely broke my heart.
But the things we've been telling you about, it's only been happening for a few months.
Something woke it up.
Our theory was this attachment lay dormant for many years, but as soon as they had children and started to go to church on a regular basis, this woke up the demon. Because now the demon was sure that it was losing these kids to God.
Thank you for blessing our family, and thank you for letting us.
It showed itself because they became more active in church. They started doing nightly devotionals.
What is it?
And the family as a whole became more spiritual. They became closer to God.
But there's more. When Melissa felt the presence of the demon in Brittany's room, she also sensed its intentions.
I knew that it was there for Brittany, that it wanted her. Because here, this little innocent girl that loved everything, loved life, it wanted her. It made me very frightened because it's not going to leave without a fight.
Brittany? See this? It's the Medal of St. Michael.
The Foxes tell the family that they won't abandon them.
And he will protect you.
They will bring in an ordained clergyman to perform an exorcism as soon as possible.
They really cared about us, and they were doing everything they could to get this out.
We knew we had to be careful because if you didn't do it correctly, and then exorcise the demon right, it would come back, and it would come back twice as bad.
The Cupid family has no choice but to continue to live in fear of the demon until help arrives.
The biggest fear at this point is this thing coming in there and taking one of our lives.
It's January 2014, the day of reckoning. Demonologist Joe Eder arrives at the Cupid home.
Demons are out to destroy you. That's what the ultimate goal is. They want to eradicate you from the planet. They hate you. What I do is going into battle, because it is a spiritual battle for the person's soul. I bring a St. Michael's candle, and that's the light of God. I bring a Bible, that's the Word of God. I bring the medals, that's the warrior of God.
You may enter now.
We are horrified what the possibilities could be if we can't manage to defeat this demon.
I, Brittany Cupid, am a child of God. I was scared so bad because what if it does take someone in my family? What are we gonna do? God's love fills my...
If he couldn't keep this thing away from us, I was really afraid it was going to escalate.
All evil will leave my heart and my soul and my body.
Suddenly,
You could feel the evilness in the house. You could hear groans, you could hear moans, you could hear pops, you could hear snaps. He did not want to leave the home.
All evil will leave this home, for evil cannot live in God's home. Show yourself. Show yourself.
Show yourself, you coward!
as a teenager, Roseanne Cupid played with a spirit board,
Who are you? Can you tell us your name?
unwittingly opening the door for a demon to attach itself to her. It lay dormant for years until her family's growing religious faith awakened it with a vengeance. Now, it wants their souls.
Show yourself. Show yourself.
Show yourself, you coward!
I got really angry. I started taunting it, telling it needed to show itself, it needed to present itself. It was chicken. And by me doing that, it did. It came on. It felt like there was a spear going through my side.
Chris was attacked because he challenged it. You don't challenge a demon. When you get angry, you have a separation with God. It's going to take that and it's going to run with it.
Don't lose faith. Keep praying.
Joe urges the rest of the family to ignore the demon's ploys and remain strong.
No evil will touch or speak to me, for I am at peace.
Your faith has to be 100%. You have to believe in it, because if you don't, then the demon's going to stay there.
I am now empowered with the power of love and strength of knowing the true sense of who I am.
The way to banish a demon is you have to get its name. And once it confesses its name, it has no recourse, it has to go back to its original source. I go into a remote prayer, like a meditation, and the name just comes to me. It's their true name that was given by God.
Abadu. You have no recourse but to leave this house.
And then, silence.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too. It was just like going from a dark, turning the light switch on. God had taken over.
They had that angelic glow around them again, a protection field, as you would say. And that's when I knew it was gone.
I knew we could have our life back. We could become the family that we once were.
It is now spring 2014. It's been several months since the exorcism, and the Cupids feel like they did when they first moved in, secure and living in a house full of love and prayer.
It was very critical. We used our faith as a group to get rid of this. For me, knowing that we helped with that, with God's help, it's the greatest feeling you'll ever experience in your life.
I could feel madness in the air when it was there, and since it's been gone, it has been more peaceful and calm.
We feel the presence of my grandmother back in that house. She was trying to protect us this whole time she was there.
But for the family members who did battle with the demon, they will never forget the face of evil.
I was happy that it was gone because I didn't like being worried all the time that something's watching you or it's going to get you when you're not expecting it. It made me realize that the people that say that these things happen, that they're not just like nuts and they're crazy, because it happened to me, so I believe them.
We had struggled. We were at a rope's end. We had that feeling of just peace, calmness that we hadn't had in so long, and words cannot describe, how thankful we are.
At the beginning, I didn't believe in this. I thought, this was just a fairy tale. But once it started to happen to me, I started to realize that this is real life. Since it's gone, I've learned just put it behind me because now it's not there, so be happy that it's not there.